in the attic, we have multiple phenomena going on that are leading to something that I'll get to in a second. But in an older house like this, the ceiling assembly is never air sealed. It always allows air to move from the living space into the attic, unfortunately. And in this house, we have two gross inefficiencies that are exacerbating that. One is we have an old attic whole house fan, which has no weather cover on top of it, so that's just like almost like a screen window. Air just moves through there very easily. Similarly, the pull-down attic ladder is not weather stripped or covered in any way. So those are two gross openings that allow interior air into the attic. Plus we have maybe 10 older un-air sealed ceiling light fixtures that are open, and they've insulated them properly by keeping the insulation away from the fixtures, which is good. Combine those openings in the ceiling assembly with minimal soffit ventilation. You know the eave of the roof?
Yes.
And that you see out there, you see these little registers, much like the HVAC registers we see in the house. Those are very undersized given the size of the attic. And additionally, they're partially or fully blocked by the batt insulation that they've added up there and kind of shoved towards the eave. They've tried to make up for this poor ventilation of the attic with a thermostatically controlled fan, which in reality only exacerbates the problem. Because our soffit vents are grossly inhibited, it's going to pull the conditioned air from the house. All that's working together to create an attic that is too humid, as evidenced by the fungal growth on the underside of the roof. It's not significant, but it is there, and I'm assuming, given that the ceiling, the roof structure is all painted white, that was done 5 years ago as part of the major renovation, and this fungal growth that I'm seeing over a large portion of it is since that time. So no single one of those issues is egregious in its own, but they're all adding up, and they all can be repaired. So we do have fungal growth up in the attic, which is very atypical because attics tend to be superheated, which fungi don't like.
And so what is how do, beyond fixing what's causing the problem, how do folks abate the fungus that's up there?
Well, fungal growth tends to be, in my opinion, inflamed. The health ramifications are grossly exaggerated. For those that are susceptible to it, I'm unempathetic, and I don't mean to downplay it, but the amount of fungal growth that I see would be a non-issue once you corrected the humidity problem and the ventilation problem, and you could just spray it with Clorox or some other fungicide and be done.
I guess we should tell him now that my husband's a pulmonologist, so he's particularly.
Yeah.
So we're just not going to share this with your husband.
Yeah.
He doesn't know water.
Pulmonologist, yeah, exactly. So he sees people who are very susceptible to that. So he'll, so in y'all's case, you may want to go further steps once you've remediated the conditioned solution. There's an architectural solution that needs to be implemented, and its success ensured, and then treat the fungal growth.
So from a solution standpoint,
in my opinion, at a house of this price point and quality overall, very nice house, it's time to bring the ceiling assembly in the attic up to modern standards. And in my opinion, that would begin by removing all the fiberglass insulation, air sealing the ceiling assembly, which is easily done, that's not a big cost, and then insulating properly with a variety of techniques. Either, I'm a fan of loose fill cellulose, spray foam is in vogue and very popular. I'm not totally convinced yet because houses have to adapt and modify, and we have them for decades, and spray foam insulation, you stick it there and it's stuck. You can't pull it apart and put it back. And I'm not a fan of spraying the roof assembling,
Mhm.
because then you've added all that extra volume of the attic to your conditioned space, and why would you wanna do that?
Mhm.
So in my opinion, pull the fiberglass insulation out, pull the attic fan out. Let's face it, in modern life, people generally rely on the air conditioning. Seal that opening, get a new attic ladder with a nice cover sealed, replace the few fixtures up there with air sealed ones, maybe do whatever else you wanna do up there. Add additional soffit ventilation and then insulate.
I know you don't do prices, but
Yeah, I'm don't do price. That's definitely in the thousands.
Yeah.
It's
I was
not-
thinking 5 to 10.
Yeah, that's the cream of the crop. That goes, I'm giving you advice on, I talk about, I'm here to help you own the house and buy it and own it. That's about owning the house.
Yeah.
From a deficiency standpoint,
No, I
we
get
have
it.
fungal growth, we have poor ventilation, we've got a variety of open, unsealed apertures in the ceiling. Some of those are all being in the report. Yeah.
No,
All right?